coal production. We're talking now to Shahrukh Khan, who's the Chief Executive of Oracle Coalfields. It operates out of Pakistan. You're very close to starting production at what I think you'll hope will be Pakistan's largest coal mine. I know you've got a number of issues to overcome before you get to that stage. Just quickly run through.
What we're doing is not rocket science. It's all been done before in a traditional mining way. We have looked at all other alternative ways to develop a coal mine, such as gasification, coal to liquid and so forth. But it goes back to basics, which is traditional truck and shovel operation initially. Any hurdles that we foresee will be driven by the numbers that come out of the feasibility study to a bankable status. In this period, as you know, we have also entered agreements with major groups in Pakistan who are our potential off-takers. They're all in agreement that this is traditional mining, and we have to then determine a coal price for that. So the hurdle to pass through that will be the actual price and to make the project economic.
I'd like to get onto that into some more detail in just a short while in the interview, but I really want to move on, if we can, to take a look at an exciting development of the company. That is, that you are now going to go for an AIM listing. You're currently on the plus markets, and I think already you've got quite a bit of liquidity going to the stock, haven't you, in the plus markets? But the exciting thing is, obviously, there is far more potential on the AIM market.
Yes. We have been on the plus markets for 3 years, and we've demonstrated that we can manage our company as a public company with an operation in Pakistan. To us, it was a natural progression to elevate the company to the AIM market. The reason we're going to the AIM market at this moment of time is to add further credence to our project and our business, be closer to the institutional audience, which is much more targeted and focused to the AIM market, and thirdly, the size of funding that is required to bring the mine into operation. This is effectively a switch from the plus to the AIM markets now. We have a feasibility which is still underway, and it will be completed towards end of the first half of this year. And then we work towards raising the sizable money in the second half of the year, but with an AIM platform.
What sort of money are you talking about?
Well, this will be certainly driven by the feasibility, but based on the pre-feasibility, we're looking at circa $300 million US. That is for the mine only. Please keep in mind we are a mining business, not a power or energy business. Right. So our sole purpose
digging it out of the ground and selling it on.
That is correct. But because we have engaged a company like Karachi Electric Supply Company, which is the major utility in Pakistan, as per the MOU that we signed with them in 2009 late, they will proceed with funding that side of the project. We may take some stake in that project too for shareholder value purposes, and that's driven by investor appetite at that moment of time. But we will not in any way compromise the funding when it comes to just the mining alone. We have a good team in place for that.
I understand you got 1.4 billion tonnes of coal which is expected to come out of the ground at this mine. As you say, ultimately it's going to go to the Karachi Electric Supply Company. But in the interim, before they take that, I understand you've got another agreement to supply another company.
Okay. First of all, the 1.4 billion tonne is a JORC resource, which is called a measured resource. Right. That covers the block, which is block 6, an area of 66.1 square kilometers. By doing further drilling, we take it to a proven reserve category of about 371 million tons. It is that which is will be eventually extractable coal. Now, the utility will need about 3 million tons a year to support a 300 megawatt power plant. Our feasibility study is based on a 4 million tons a year asset. The balance 1 million will go to the industry. To ask ourselves the commercial appetite for that, we did several visits, and in fact last week I was in Germany just to understand whether we can dry the coal. It's all tried and tested technology they've been doing for many years, and we want to apply that type of technology to dry the coal from the mine for the purpose of the cement sector. So the interim period would be to sell the coal to the cement sector, which allows us to trigger the opening of the mine and early cash flow generation. Investors are impatient, so we have to find ways to deliver on that. But in this period, there will be a 3-year gestation period for the power plant to be fully commissioned. So by the time we come to the 3rd year of mine development, we should have a full running mine.
What about the pricing here? I mean, we're still some time off before actually supplying coal, even to the first company that wants it. What about the pricing? What are you banking on here? How are you projecting your potential income?
Okay. The feasibility will first of all demonstrate the operating cost of running a mine. It is that will give us an idea what type of...
when will we know that?
We are working towards in the next 2-3 months.
Right.
target is by June we should know in place what our operating costs would look like coal. So if we can demonstrate that at the price that we sell the coal to these local companies is lower than the imported fuel, then they are obviously entering a long-term agreement. So that is our challenge, but also something which we believe we can deliver. So we technically should be looking at $10 to $15, $20 profit margins in terms of what we want to generate as income for the business.
What is the quality of this coal that you're bringing out of the ground there?
This is coal, brown lignite coal. What we have done is that we ask ourselves, is this commercially viable? So we compared this with producing lignite coals across the world. The immediate ones are like in Australia and in Germany. They're producing almost 20 to 40 million tons a year, and they have demonstrated that they can use this lignite in their power plants. What is interesting is that, particularly in Germany, the quality of coal is of much lesser quality than that of Tharparker, where we are. So it again demonstrates that we have a good quality for the purpose of fueling the energy market. If you dry the coal, then it can be used in the industry. And the agreement that we signed with one of the cement groups, under certain parameters that they've presented to us, is very much in compliance with what they're looking for.
Are you confident that you can make a go of the plant? I mean, China, I understand, withdrew on a similar project back in 2007 in the same geographical area because it said it couldn't make it economically viable, but also it gave security issues as another reason why it felt it couldn't go ahead. Okay. Are either of those two issues a concern to you?
Interestingly, there are mixed signals and mixed views about the Chinese participation in Pakistan, particularly in the energy sector and also specifically in Tharparker. Yes, they did go there and they did a feasibility study. To say that it's not economically viable, that's not true. They are working on various other agendas, that's my own opinion, and that was that this quality of coal is not good enough for export.
Okay, well, the very best of luck with your AIM listing, which I believe is a second quarter this year.
This is targeted.
Okay, all right, Shahrukh Khan, thanks indeed for joining us there from the Chief Executive of Oracle.